Representative John Fleming is going to be talking about that Florida doctor who turned away the Obama patients. It's going to be a couple of twists and turns here. He throws in Fox News. Let's take a look at the clip.
Do like the doctor, the urologist in Florida has done, and refused to take it and put up a sign. Then what can they do? They can't put them all in jail, or what will happen?
Her question is, what about this urologist in Florida who put up a sign, if you voted for Obama, you need not come here for care? I applaud what he said and did, and it's his First Amendment right to do that. The problem you get into is that you have to be very careful that the media doesn't demonize you as they all. Well, I know you say, well, so what? But the problem is there are a lot of people who don't have the strong feelings that you do, who are sitting on the fence. And this has happened many times before. Look at President Bush. Now, President Bush made some mistakes. But by the time he finished his 8 years, this guy, in the eyes of most Americans, was an absolute idiot. His approval rating was down to 32%. He was attacked in all sorts of ways, and they got by with it. So you see, that's something that we conservatives have to be very careful about, and even you, the Tea Party people, where, you know, the claims have been made that you've spat upon people and that you use racial epithets. Now, we know that isn't true. Andrew Breitbart put out a $100,000 bounty on anybody who could produce any evidence that any of that happened. And no one has stepped forward. Yet, the mainstream media still goes out there and talks about it. Even Fox sometimes talks about it. And they put Republicans into a defensive position. They put you into a defensive position. So you see, we're definitely fighting with one hand tied behind our back. So we have to be very careful to be effective without being characterized as wingnuts and marginal militiamen and people like that, like they're trying to do to you.
I like how he's trying to talk down to Tea Party people. And then every time he says, okay, look, we should be a little calm. They're like, somebody grab a gun. Okay, I'm being a little unfair. Anyway, I love the part where he's like, look, by the time Bush left, everybody thought he was an idiot. Let's keep it real, right? Come on, let's try not to look like as big an idiot as Bush did going forward. Well, so those are the words of a wise man. Now, why do you think even Fox News says that the congressmen were spit upon and they were called racial epithets? Because it happened, okay? Anyway, the bottom line is, Fleming here and the whole Republican Party, and we're going to get back to this later in the show, desperately trying to hold on to the Tea Parties like a wild bull they're riding, right? And they're the rodeo clowns. And they're like, okay, come on, guys. Oh, no, we're going to be all right. Hate them. No, not them. No, say terrible things. No, but not that. Okay, all right. Good luck to you, man. My guess is you're not going to last 8 seconds on that bull. Look at that rodeo reference. Wasn't there like a cheesy movie made by some Beverly Hills 90210 kid about that? Under 8 seconds? 8 seconds is probably pretty long. Anyway, so good luck to you on riding the bull. So, one last thing about the Tea Party guys, and then we'll come back to them. New polls out. God, all right, I got to come back to this stuff because they say 28% of Americans identify themselves as Tea Party supporters, according to Gallup poll. Another poll, Winston Group, said 17%. People are trumpeting these around like, oh, those are big numbers. Big numbers. No, we've always known that 20 to 30% of the country was mental. What's new about that? Like 30% of the country will vote for a right-wing Republican without question. Like, I mean that literally, okay? I'm always reminded of that voter who told the Associated Press in 2004, I don't care what you tell me about Bush. God told me to vote for him. Okay? Which facts are irrelevant to me. That's about 20 to 30%. You know, on a good day, we hope it's only 25%. On a bad day, sometimes you're worried it gets up to 30%. And look at the Tea Parties are, according to the polls, 17 to 28%. Bingo.
Watch the live show at theyoungturks.com.